Look at a civil construction site and you'll see a lot of raw force carving into a raw dirt landscape. But underneath all that power is a golden rule. Every single pipe, road, and building pad has to end up at an exact height. There is zero margin for error. If a crew decides a trench is close enough, physics takes over. Water runs backward and pools where it shouldn't. Pipes back up. Concrete cracks. When that happens, the crew has to dig the newly finished work out and build it all over again. And this time, it comes completely out of their own pocket. That makes doing the exact same work twice the single most expensive mistake in the construction industry. There is one person on the crew whose sole responsibility is making sure that catastrophic redig never happens: the grade man. The operator trusts the grade man completely. When the grade man says cut 100, the operator takes off exactly 100 millimeters of dirt. When he says on grade, the machine stops. To earn that trust and command a 30-ton piece of equipment, the grade man has to speak a highly specific mathematical language. It comes down to 4 core words. These are the essential survival tools used to neutralize chaos and bring precise order to the job site. As we can see in this diagram, our first word is elevation. It is strictly defined as the exact height of a point, measured in meters and millimeters. The rule here is ironclad. A higher metric number always equals a higher physical position. But watch what happens. Without knowing exactly what these heights are being measured against, the numbers mean absolutely nothing. To fix that, we need our second word, the datum. This plane represents that invisible starting line. Now every single elevation is tethered directly to it. Sometimes this invisible line is based on actual sea level. Other times a surveyor assigns a theoretical number, like 100 meters, purely for that specific job. Because every single measurement on the site ties back to this identical starting line, miles of separate pipes, roads, and concrete structures will all eventually connect perfectly. But out in a muddy field, you can't actually see an invisible datum. You need a way to tie that math into the physical world. That brings us to word number 3, the benchmark. This is your anchor, a solid, marked point with a known elevation. This anchor is fragile. If a machine bumps it or dirt buries it, every subsequent measurement on the entire site becomes a costly guess. Finally, we have the fourth word, grade. In this diagram, grade is represented by that dashed target line. In its first context, it means the exact final height an object or surface must reach. In its second context, grade refers to the required slope of an object. This is always communicated and written as a percentage. Grasping how elevation, datum, benchmark, and grade interlock is the difference between guessing in the dirt and executing exact engineering. A grade man's day starts by extracting these elevations from abstract paper plans, and then immediately locating the physical benchmark to anchor the day's math. Next, they set up an optical level or a spinning laser to measure the current elevation of the raw, unshaped dirt. Then comes the core translation, calculating the exact metric difference between where the dirt is right now and the target grade. With that number calculated, the grade man steps up to the machinery and delivers a precise cut or fill command to the operator. Step by step, the grade man acts as a human translator, bridging the gap between a two-dimensional blueprint and a massive piece of earth-moving equipment. Consistently delivering these flawless commands in the correct language is how you secure the absolute trust of the machine operator. That methodical, exact routine is the only thing preventing the domino effect of backed up water and cracked concrete. Checking grade is inherently a physical skill. You have to get out on the ground and master the tools in the field, far beyond running equations at a desk. A confident grade man saves a company millions of dollars by ensuring the single most important rule of construction: doing the work perfectly the very first time.